Mic check, 1 2 1 2. What's up, guys? It's Sam of the Portuguese Mofo here. And before we get into a replay, I just figured I'd show something really quick, right? This is OBS Studios. Okay, when you figure out certain little things, right, you need some sort of audio, and then you're going to have the display capture if you want to actually get what's on your screen. You don't need to do the video capture, right? You don't have to show your face if you're trying to record stuff. And then you just need to make sure you have some sort of mic, right? Like my laptop has a mic that I can use. I also have a headset if you're trying to talk. But if you're just trying to straight up record, you just need to have the display capture here set up. And then as far as save files for Shogun 2, right? So this is just my external hard drive. So let me actually got two open. Perfect. Right, so like here I'm able to just put a bunch of stuff in, right? So like I have a bunch of replays, okay, that I can move out of the primary Shogun 2 folder. So if you have a PC, right, literally if you just go to the top in your Files Explorer, okay, just go to App Data Roaming. You just click that, okay, go down to the Creative Assembly. Alright, find Shogun 2, go to replays. All your replays will be in here that you want. At some point, I don't know what the number is. I feel like it's maybe 100. If you have more replays in this folder than what the game can show, then in the game it won't show all your replays, even though they exist in here. All that means is you just got to clear some of them out and they'll show up. Right? They probably should just have a page feature for the saves, but that's one way to do it, right? And you can just move things around as you need to. So yeah, that's a funny one that I just selected. So, but anyways, that's how you can kind of mess with the replays, okay? And then they'll show up right in game. So we can hop in here, right? All those that were in the apps, apps data roaming section of the folder, and then go into the Creative Assembly, Shogun 2, and then the replays, okay? So those are all visible right here. So whoever that was in the chat, just because I can't read the language that your name is currently in, but I hope that helped you out. So anyways, while we're here, let's get a quick one in. We're just going to hop into this one, online battle number 11. Which probably wasn't my 11th battle, and I actually need to check my other hard drive. I think I'm hoping a lot of the maybe missing replays that I have. I mean, I didn't save every replay. I tried to, but you forget sometimes when you're just playing. I don't think I forget at all anymore, but when I first started, I definitely missed a few. So this is in Tohoku Forest against Nord. And we'll see what unfolds. I really don't remember this battle at all, right? Tohoku Forest. I haven't done a terrain analysis on this, but it looks like we've got two little hilltops. Actually, it's more just rolling hills through, but yeah, here's these two hilltops sort of in the forests. Okay, so let's just slow this down real quick. Alright, so I've got two Yari Cav on my right flank. I've got the Spears of Shizukatake and Kiyomasa's Katana Cav in the center. And priority of mine is actually here on the left flank. I've got three Katanas. I've got two Yari Ashigaru, and of course my bodyguard, who is a Bojen. What I got out here is Matchlock Warrior Monk, a Daikyu Samurai, Naginata Warrior Monk, Naginata Attendant, Nodachi Samurai, a Unodachi, and his bodyguard. So he definitely has some units missing, and this has to be quite early. Just as looking like medium funds just based off this. There's a lot of things that can be really fun about these smaller priced battles, right? Just a little bit smaller in scale, but cool. So we have the workshop and the sword dojo out here, so I'm going for both, right? Getting my cavalry over there. So, and I am assuming, I imagine that he has cavalry, right? But these are strong veterans, especially these Daikyus, Okay, so that's something also to note from a financial standpoint. So yeah, this might be the force he has though. But so right, I'm gonna screen them with my Spears of Shizugatake and Kiyomasa's Katana Cav. Right, I'm bringing over the other Yaris, and they're gonna capture the workshop. So I'm gonna try and gain control of all these dojos. Right, they're gonna make some moves. Hopefully, I get them out of there. Right, I don't need to get shot by their guns. I'm not so worried about the Daikyus. Plus, we were able to dodge all those arrows. So there's the Yari Cav, right? And Mounted Samurai Hero. He had Wako Raiders over here. Very good. That is Cav. Ooh, and he has Mounted Gunners too. Just noticing that. So, right, and again, you see me do this a lot, right? Just because a lot of people like to take the opportunity to charge katanas with Cav, which I get, and he does a good job of charging in and getting out, but I will usually always try to meet that charge just because it's better to, I think it's better to charge into them. Like, you're not going to outrun the Cav, so you might as well try and get some of your own damage into them. Okay, so the Omegas are fighting these Wakos, alright? Was he able to catch it? He was able to get the Sword Dojo, but we should be able to start nullifying that here soon. Pendants running after my Cav. I think I just lost Cav. I did. Yep, my Yari Cav over there. Now they're coming. They should have captured the workshop. They did. They most definitely did. Very good. Right. These yards are doing good. We got into their yard Cav. Right. Katana Sam's doing well, right? They're getting up into them. Only 70 kills there. Not many here. And they really haven't done well either, right? Actually. So, actually, not based on the kill count, but the situation. We ended up pretty good here, right? We're in Yari Wall here. We're going to start walking through that. Be curious. It looks like I gave a commit. An attack order rather than like a walkthrough. I wonder how people feel about that, right? It's a big campaign move, right? Spear wall, walk through your enemy, right? Although I wouldn't count that as a pull through, right? And pull through is usually only in reference to Cav, right? So I don't love being tied up in these Naginata attendants, but Kiyomasa's katanas, right? They're just dogs. We're into his mounted gunners now, which is good. I've got the Sword Dojo, so able to turn that around, and this is where the envelopment, right? The small envelopment's going to be better for us. General right here, shooting in. His mounted Naginata are coming back. Those attendants, I don't think they'll come back. But so here we go. If I'm paying attention, I'll turn these Yaris around. Let's see if I do it. Doesn't look like it, but they're all going to rout anyways. The Dachis wrong for a little bit. Did they get bonsai'd? I don't think so, but alright, pretty quick battle there. Good match to my opponent, Nord, right? Really, I just think I was able to beat him to positions. And even though he got that Sword Dojo right at the workshop, right, cavalry superiority helped. You know, the Cav charge early into katanas. I've seen it a lot in my experience. It seems to be a balance to when it works and when it's not. It seems to work better. Like every once in a while I'll get caught. Right, katanas made it to their point, paying attention somewhere else. You get a charge when they're standing still. I think that's best, but I don't know. Still learning, right? There's tons of different approaches, and sometimes something that works once doesn't work another time. So, but we'll end it here. We'll go into the stat screen, do a little analysis there, and great questions of the day will not be settled by means of speeches and majority decisions, but by iron and blood. Should politics go like that again? I'm just kidding. Shout out to Otto, man. Von Bismarck. Important person in military history, if you know your military history. But, so, pretty quick battle, right? 4 minutes, 44 seconds. Okay, 970, 555 losses. I did deploy a little bit more than he did. Right, Bodyguard did pretty good. Speech's Gatake and Kiyomasa's Katana Cav, strong performance. The Yari Cav late. The Optimist Landcasters, they did well. These were the ones that I lost at the beginning. Pretty early at initial engagement. I'm pretty sure they were by themselves fighting the Mounted Naginata and I think it was the Mounted Naginata and the Mounted Samurai Hero, maybe. Yeah, the Mounted Naginata got 81 kills, so who was against those? I didn't get it perfectly. Katanas, right? This group did really well. This group did really well. The Yari Ashigaru's strong, pretty balanced across the board, right? I guess that Katana, the Yari Ashigaru actually was the highest killer, so good on him. And his best killer, right, was, it would look to be those Yari Cav at 69. Nice. So, Mounted Gunners, right? Okay, it can be harder in these smaller battles, especially, right? And really, I would say, right, I didn't really have anything to match him as far as just my general for range, so he was able to kite a little better, but one of the things, right, like in that situation, I'm sure I was thinking it right away, was just not to allow these Mounted Gunners to win the battle, right? So, I know I wasn't following it perfectly. I went into that pretty blind, but yeah, keeping those Mounted Gunners busy, right, and not shooting. That's how we keep it here, okay? But good game to my opponent. Good fun. If you come across this, I hope it helps. Obviously, there's that little instructional stuff at the beginning, just to help someone out. But maybe it'll help you too. And yeah, have a good one.